Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking everything Dyson Airwrap related. This is a hairstyling tool that I feel like everyone and their mother has been discussing. So I felt like it deserved its own video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the good, the bad, the ugly. I've been using this for about 7 months now, and I must say I have a few things to say about it. Okay, today we're gonna lead with the good stuff. Start on a positive note. So for starters, this tool gives your hair great volume. I have to say the body that I can achieve with this is fantastic. I love it. It's also easy to use. It's not so strenuous as like a blow dryer with a round brush may be because you have to use both arms. So this kind of gives you that rest in between. Another huge selling point for me was that it was protecting my hair from heat damage. So compared to a traditional curling iron, when you are styling your hair, or a flat iron, whatever you may be using, this kind of is a great alternative into using that super high heat tool to achieve a similar look. Overall, it is a pretty easy tool to use. I would say there's a learning curve. Like the first month or so, I was really learning how to use it with my hair type. This is not a one size fits all. We all have different hair, so it's not going to hold the same. It's not going to style the exact same. So a recommendation I would have if you are looking into getting this is to try it first before you spend over $500 on something and you don't know if you're going to get the same results as you see on the Dyson platform of them doing videos of girls that have great hair for this tool. Try it. I did not try it before I got this, and that's probably my biggest regret. Simply ask a friend if they have it. If you can try it out, say that you want to buy it, ask if they would mind. If you don't know anyone that does have it, when I went to the Dyson store, they were actually scheduling appointments for people to come in and do free tutorials with it. So that's always an option. If you do have a Dyson store near you, you can call them, ask them if you can come in and try it out for yourself. Another thing I also really like about this is it's kind of like an all-in-one tool where it comes with so many different attachments that you can take off and replace. So if you want like a sleek look, if you want a blowout with a lot of body, or you want curls, you can get that all with the same instrument and just put on different attachments. So I do tend to gravitate towards this on a pretty regular basis. Almost every time that I'm washing my hair and then styling it, I'm going to be using the Dyson. So I have gotten a lot of use out of it, even though there are a few things that I do not love about it. I do use this quite regularly. Also, can we talk about how great this packaging is? Like, I'm actually in love with it. It looks so good. Overall, the quality and the appearance is fantastic. Okay, now that we've covered the good, let's talk about the bad because that's always more exciting. Let's start with number one. It's expensive. It's not cheap. This thing is $550 before tax. So if you're serious about buying this, you really want to know that you're going to get use out of it because it's a big chunk of change. If it's not to you, go ahead, get it, whatever. But for most people, it's not cheap. I definitely had a romance with this when I first got it. Figuring it out, using it every day. I was so excited to try every single tool. I could not get enough of it. But after that, I did start to notice how much time and energy I was putting into this. And I wouldn't usually do that with my hair before. Like usually it'll take me 30 minutes to do my hair, but this was consuming a huge chunk of my morning. So I really had to put it aside and go back to the basics. How can I make this more efficient? Because that's exactly what it's supposed to be. The simple reason that it was taking me forever to use this is that my hair was just not holding any of the styles that I was trying to get with these guys. I really wanted those like big curls that I was seeing in the advertising, that I was seeing on other people using this, and it just was not in the cards for me. Like my hair already has a pretty hard time holding a curl. It's very fine. I have a lot of it, and I did not really take that into consideration when I was purchasing this. So I was a little disappointed. Like these for me, they do not give me a curl. It's not an actual curl that you would get with a curling iron. If anything, at best, it looks like a blowout, like I used a round brush. So most of the time I'll go in with this guy, but all in all, these guys are kind of flops for me. This one in particular. If I do want to get a curl, it will take me, I'm not kidding you, like 2 to 3 hours using this guy here because I have to use mousse. I have to stop every time and like hairspray every little itty bitty piece for this thing to hold and then pin them up, let them sit, and then voila. But at that point, I really could have just used a curling iron, like anything else. Like it's just a time sucker. So if your hair does not hold a curl or it is hard to style your hair, I am telling you, think again, because this is expensive. It works wonders on so many hair types. I've seen people get fantastic results from the Dyson Airwrap, but in all honesty, for me, it didn't do the same. Like these curls are not from the Dyson. I could never get this much curl out of this Airwrap. It would take forever. I have a girlfriend who does use this and she is able to get those curls with these. That's why I'm saying if you want to get this, and that's kind of like the biggest selling point of this whole thing, is to have those like big lush curls with the actual Airwrap itself. Go try it out. Try it out before you invest because you don't know if your hair is going to take hold. My biggest beef with Dyson on this whole Dyson Airwrap situation is this right here. This is absolutely ridiculous. So let me give you some background. I am currently in Dubai, though my home is in the US. So there are power converters that will adapt this to a US plug. When I got home and I plugged this into the power adapter that transfers this plug into the US plug, I plugged it into the wall and it didn't work. I thought that maybe the power adapter was busted, something was wrong, so I ordered like 2 more just to see what would happen. They came, I plugged them in, they did not work. I panicked and then I contacted Dyson and they informed me that they do not support taking their products into a different country where there's different wattages. Even if you buy a transforming box that transfers the wattages into the necessary wattage for the product that you're using, they said if I tried using one of those, my warranty would be null. Like they would basically erase the contract of my warranty. They would not cover any damages, nothing, which is absolutely infuriating for such a renowned brand such as Dyson to not have a transformer or an adapter built into this so it'll work in an outlet. Every single one of my tools or plug-in products, anything that takes electricity works in my power adapter that transfers US, whatever it may be, and this does not. I just don't get it. Like, did they skip over a step to make it cheaper? Did they think that like you wouldn't get the max use out of the product or it wouldn't be as good? I really don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. So if you are someone who travels internationally quite a bit, if you're someone who moves around, if you have houses in other countries and you plan on traveling, don't plan on bringing this with you because it will not work. They were kind enough to offer me a one-time replacement, so they would swap out my Dyson that I bought in Dubai with an American version. But I had to pass up on that offer because I didn't know how much longer I was going to be in Dubai. I don't have a set date to return to the States, so that would have meant giving up the Dyson Airwrap altogether until I returned, which I wasn't really willing to do. I was kind of frustrated. I know some of you may be thinking, like, not that many people go internationally or travel that much or live in different places, but for such a high-end company such as Dyson, like the products that they create are not cheap. They are marketing a very high-end clientele, and these people do go abroad, they do travel, and someone that invests in this product, maybe they want to take it with them. Who would have thought? So yeah, my bubble was bursted when I got that news, especially because I had to lug it from Dubai to the US and from the US here, and the whole time I was there, I wasn't even able to use it. It was very upsetting. Sorry, it's really hot in here. I turned off the AC because it's so loud and it's like 110, 20 degrees outside. Okay, another piece of this product that I am not very happy with is if you want to get like a nice blowout or use this round brush right here. When you are using a traditional blow dryer, you are able to direct where the heat is blowing. You are able to reduce the frizz or really eliminate the frizz that's created when styling your hair. Although when you use this attachment right here, it blows out in every single direction. So when you are styling your hair, it is shooting up all those little strands, creating so much extra frizz. So that would be my one disappointing factor with something like this, and kind of make me just want to use a traditional blow dryer and round brush to get a sleeker look. Okay, these guys right here, this is used as just like a blow drying brush, so to say. And honestly, I probably use these the most out of anything because they are so great. They're just like easy to get like a simple straight look and do like a quick blow dry and still get like a nice style. But I'd say I don't really know why there's two. Like, I don't know the difference. I think they said that this one is supposed to be like a higher shine or like a sleeker finish, but I have no idea how these little nubbins on the end contribute to having a sleeker finish. I don't know. If any of you guys know, I don't know. So you just get two. You pay a little extra and you get two. No, you don't have a choice. You pay the same. But one thing about these guys that I do not like is they do tend to pop off while I'm using them. Each and every one of them, they both do it. So I don't know if like the actual contraption that snaps them on is just not tight enough or what the situation is. But if I'm going through my hair and it's not completely sleek or I hit like a small knot or anything, it will simply pop off and be stuck in my hair or fall. Okay, one of the only bad things that I have to say about the blow drying attachment is that it's not that strong. The air pressure that it gets is not as strong as a traditional blow dryer or as strong as the Dyson blow dryer, so it will take you a little bit longer to blow dry with this. I do love the design though. It's super sleek. It's very similar to like their cooling systems, where it's just like an air tunnel. Okay, even though I just ranted for a bit about some of the items that come in here that I don't really like and spoiled it a bit, I'm still gonna show you guys what the actual packaging looks like and what comes inside. So this is gonna be the actual package that it comes in. It's really well constructed. From the outside, I think they skipped over a couple steps on the inside that are just like a bit flimsy and honestly not the best construction. They have these like cheap paper flimsy inserts to keep everything held up right, but I don't get it. Like, why not just make something nice? You're paying like $600 for this whole thing. I feel like they just expected people would take it out and throw things in. But I like things to be upright, standing, nice so I can see them. So I've left them in. The main device sits on top of here, and then underneath you have all of the cords and then the filter cleaner that goes in here as well. I decided to go with the copper and silver one. I thought this was super sleek, super sexy. If I was gonna have it, I had to have it in this color. Pink and black and purple and black just are not my jam, so this was a huge selling point for me. I don't believe that Dyson is actually selling this color anymore. It was a limited edition, but I think if you were to go to another retail store, they may still have this online somewhere. I'm sure you could find it. I'd say out of all of these, I use obviously this one, these two, and this guy right here the most. If I want like a great blowout with like a whipped bottom, I do use these, and these are going to be the ones that are going to give you that crazy volume if you were doing it up to your roots. These ones are absolutely amazing. It does not actually curl my hair, and that is my biggest predicament with this whole thing. These ones, if I am trying to do a tighter curl, I have attempted at using these quite a few times. It's just time consuming because they are so small. You have to do small sections of your hair. So if you have shorter hair, it might be a bit easier for you to manage these and get the look that you're actually going for. This one I tend to use most around the framing of my face, and then I'll use it like the very back top crown of my head just to give a little bit more volume to my actual hair. And these ones I will finish off after blow drying just to give a more sleek, straight appeal. Okay, so that really sums up my thoughts on the Dyson Airwrap. There's definitely some flaws in it, some things that I don't agree with necessarily, or just some minor hiccups that they could use improvements on. But overall, like I said, I do gravitate towards this on a daily basis because it is an investment piece. It is something that I have handy. But if you're thinking about purchasing this item, like I said, do your research, try it. Like, call a friend if they have it so you can try it out. Go to the Dyson store, do a trial, ask yourself, what is my hair type? Is my hair difficult to style? Will it hold, or will this be like your bread and butter? Because I know for some people it works so well. So think about your personal experience with it, not what other people are showing you how great it is. Make sure that you keep yourself in mind and think about your budget. Like, that's probably the biggest factor here, is price point. So there are so many options on the market, you guys, that are cheaper than this. Do not break your budget just to go get this thing. I would not peer pressure anyone into buying this. I would not say it's the best thing I've ever used. So do you make your own choice? I hope this video was useful for anyone that is on the fence about buying this product. And if you guys have any questions or comments for me, make sure to leave them down below. And if you did like this video, please show your support by liking and subscribing. And I will see you guys very soon.